Welcome to the Catholic Couch, the official podcast of the Catholic Counseling Institute, where we integrate the beauty of the Catholic faith with the wisdom of modern psychology to give you real tools for real life. I'm Amber Pilkington, Catholic therapist, wife, mother, and woman who has cried every time white smoke appears. Everyone's asking who will be the next pope, but the better question might be, why do we care so much? And what does that question stir in our minds, our bodies, and our souls? If you felt anxious, fixated, or strangely emotional about the papal transition, don't worry, you're not crazy. You're Catholic, and your body remembers what it means to wait for spiritual father. Today, I'll walk you through what's really going on inside the conclave, as much as we know, and what the media isn't telling you. Let's go. We'll start with the obvious question everyone is Googling. Who are the frontrunners? Many are pointing to Cardinal Tagle, beloved of Asia, deeply pastoral. Some mention Cardinal Sarah, admired by many traditional Catholics. There's speculation around younger cardinals from Africa and Latin America who reflect the Church's global shift. But here's the truth, we don't know. And that uncertainty does something to us. The Holy Spirit gives the Church not necessarily the Pope we want, but the one we need when we ask these questions. Let's talk about what happens inside of us. We all carry an attachment blueprint, how we relate to authority, leadership, and protection. For Catholics, the Pope is not just a leader, he's a spiritual father. When he steps down or passes away, our nervous system can register that loss as a disruption in security. According to polyvagal theory, safe and predictable authority figures actually regulate our nervous system. The Pope, for many of us, is that figure you might feel sadness, even if you didn't expect it, obsession with conclave updates, fear about what kind of pope we'll get next, or spiritual uncertainty, and even increased scrupulosity for some. All of that is normal, and healing begins when we name it. Rather than guessing who will be pope, let's reflect on what kind of shepherd the Church needs right now. Theologically speaking, we need a man deeply rooted in prayer and orthodoxy, someone who understands both truth and tenderness, a father who can speak to both the hurting and the hopeful, and who can be clear when helping us understand the teachings of the Church. Psychologically speaking, we need someone with emotional intelligence, cultural awareness, the ability to navigate tension without drama, someone who models secure leadership that doesn't trigger fear responses in a divided Church. St. Catherine of Siena once said, "Be who God meant you to be, and you will set the world on fire." The next Pope's holiness may not be flashy. It might be a quiet fire. Let's talk about how to respond while we wait. While it's important to learn to name our emotions and sit with them, it's also important to be able to do something with our feelings. Here's a couple suggestions. We can pray, not just for who will be chosen, but for our own openness to trust the Holy Spirit. We can notice what gets activated inside of us, name it, and write it down. Is it fear, grief, cynicism? And we can practice hope, which is not wishful thinking. It's disciplined trust in divine providence. Hope does not disappoint us. Romans 5:5. You don't have to know who the next pope will be. You just have to know who the Father is, and that he is guiding this process. Whether your favorite cardinal is chosen or not, God's plan for his Church remains full of mercy, mystery, and mission. If you liked this video, you may also enjoy my attempt at some respectful humor in the Conclave's Fact video. It's coming up next. But remember, there'll always be a place for you on the Catholic Couch.